everybody out there in the Frontline universe. He's back. He's over somewhere.
Hey
Jeremy's
guys,
back.
I don't
Jeremy's
know. I
back.
don't know which direction my screen is in, so I can't say right or left. I don't even know if I know right or left.
I'm very bad at right or left. If you hit me with it, like quick, look right. I'll look left because I lose it. So don't worry about it.
But yeah, I'm back, guys. I'm
And that
back.
and that means the pre-show is back, and that's what we're talking about right now. We got so much really great news. I want to touch on really quickly what I mentioned last week during ReZero. Now that Jeremy's here, I'd love to hear his opinion on it. But it's been announced that ReZero will be releasing an American manga. They're basically translating the manga into American, and the graphic novel as well is being moved into America. So you can either get the manga or the graphic novels. So far, two are down for pre-order for both. The graphic novels, I believe, are $8 to $9 a piece. The mangas, I think the first one's $11 and the second one I think is $10. I could be wrong. I don't know because Amazon does their sales or whatnot. So I just pre-ordered both. I'm excited. I'm getting the mangas, that's for sure. I don't need.
I don't know. I think I might get the graphic novels because graphic novel usually means color, and I like looking at stuff in color. As much as I like mangas,
No, I think the graphic novels is no pictures. I think it's just the actual words.
oh, it's a light novel.
I think it's a light novel. You have to. If I'm wrong, please double check because if it's a colored version of the manga, because it's cheaper. That's why I think it's not with
Oh,
pictures, it's words.
so it might be a light novel. I might just end up getting both because I collect some light novels of some series that I like. I have the light novels for Toradora, and I have the light novels for Sword Art Online. So I might just end up getting both. But I might depending on what it is. If the graphic novel is a actual graphic novel, I might get it first. But if it's just a light novel, I might get the manga first and then get the light novel. Because
And
usually the light novel is more detailed, and with a series like ReZero, I feel like that's a little bit more valuable because you might get a lot of the smaller details we didn't get in the anime, especially with all the mess ups and
time skips.
and then the life restarts and all that. So
Well, I might, if it's a graphic novel where it's like just a bigger colored version of a manga, I might go back and get those later, but I really want to dedicate myself to getting the mangas first since I'm really trying to build up my manga collection. But I might, if that's the case, you're going to have to let me know now, because I thought it was just like the written version of the show.
I'll stop by Barnes and Nobles to flip through them before I get them, and I'll let you know. I'll like take a picture and show and send it to you.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'm definitely getting the mangas regardless. It's just if I'm going to get the graphic novels with them like you or not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely like adding to my shelf, even though I have literally no room anymore. Like I have to like stack books in weird places now.
Well, don't feel bad, because every week, for the past couple of weeks now, as extras, I've been getting mangas, and very soon, starting with the middle of July, I'm going to be starting to buy the stuff as it comes out. So I've already gotten up to Chapter 4, or Volume 4 of Assassination Classroom. I'm doing at least one book a week. I'm trying to catch up. I'm up to date with My Hero Academia. I'm up to date with One Punch Man. I just started Naruto. I just started One Piece. I started Seraph of the
Seraph
End.
of the End. Nice.
And there's another book which I'm going to discuss in this video, which we'll talk about that book. And I'm sure there's a few downstairs. I started Berserk, but I stopped it for now. I'm going to maybe go back to it later when I catch up on a few other.
Yeah. Besides, Berserk is on a massive hiatus right now.
Right, so I have time. And what I'm doing really, since, like with the anime, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the volume 1s or 1 and 2s if I can get a good deal for both. And I'm jumping into a lot of different mangas to see which I'll like, which I won't. And then from there, I'm going to start buying more, continuing forward.
And like I suggested earlier, the longer running ones have like those 3-in-1.
In one.
Yeah, those.
That's what I'm doing for Bleach.
Oh yeah, I forgot Bleach is actually still going. I keep forgetting since it doesn't have an anime that I mean, even though I read it, sometimes I just forget that the manga actually is still being produced in America.
I really would like them to try Bleach again. If they're trying Berserk again, and Berserk was, I would like them to try Bleach again.
I don't know, man. I think it would be cool, but and like I don't even feel like that ending that they ended the anime with was a real ending to begin with. So I feel like they definitely have room to do it. I would be open to it, and like I'm just you brought up Berserk. I'm super hyped for Berserk. And did you see that like Dynasty Warrior style Berserk game that they're coming out with for PS4? I am totally getting that.
That's why I didn't get the One Piece game, because I saw the Berserk game, which is like what the One Piece previous games were like, and I'm like, that's it. That's the game I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I have not played a Dynasty Warriors anime themed game since the Gundam one.
hmm Oh, did you ever play the download games on the PS4 for Gundam? I forgot what they were called. There's like four of them, and it's same thing, like a Dynasty Warriors S game.
I think I've played like two or three of them, but I know the one that I actually own is like the PS2 version of the Gundam Wing Dynasty Warriors game,
Okay.
where you can like you can use like Wing Zero, Death Scythe, and like Heavy Arms and all the other cool ones from the Wing series, and you can also unlock the G Gundam ones and the other previous generations. It's cool. I have a lot of memories playing that game.
All right, so you actually have a manga thing you're excited about. It's coming out in about 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, ReZero, man. Those Zera fields are gonna come right back because it's only one volume, so you guys don't have to worry about spending like an arm and a leg on collecting anything. It's just 12 chapters, one volume,
So
July
it's going to be
12th.
thick then. It's going to probably be a thick one if it's 12 chapters.
Yep, I think it's no, well, it's 13. I think it's 13 chapters, one volume.
So if a regular manga like this is only about, how many chapters is a regular manga? Regular manga is 3 chapters. So if you're telling me 13 chapters in one book, that's going to be like that's a big book.
Yeah, I mean, like from what I've said, what I've read up on, it's only going to be collected into one volume because usually with mangas they have like a list of the volumes and the release dates. It only says volume one.
Yeah, keep talking about it. I'm going to look it up on Amazon actually, and I'll tell you how many pages it is. So that's how we'll know off the
Okay,
bat. So go ahead.
okay, cool. But yeah, so we'll get to see once again, our familiar friends of Yuri, Mavis, Zara, Precht, and Ward. So that's going to be pretty cool. Um, you know, and we'll get to see, Zara teaching the magic and all that cool stuff. Mavis undergoing the curse to save Yuri, and of course, Zara fading away because she was an illusion the entire time. Dang it, Hiro Mashima, why you gotta do that to me?
They always do that.
But yeah, it's a good one, and well, once we start talking about like current manga chapters, I'll come back to Zara once again because there's a huge stuff with Zara happening right now. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited. Fairy Tail Zero. I didn't expect much from Zero because usually when mangas do like spin-off stuff, they're not really that interesting. Especially when it's like prequel stuff. It's normally not as good because you don't feel as attached to these characters as you do with the characters you've been following for like a couple hundred chapters. But
No, it's a
well,
regular manga size.
it's a re-
272 pages. A little
oh,
bit bigger.
huh. Then hold on.
But it is all collected in one volume because the next thing they're advertising for is Fairy Tail Volume 56, which obviously is the next volume.
Yeah. Huh. So then, yeah, it is one volume, but that means but it's 13 chapters long.
Yeah.
When I read it when it was coming out, it was 13 chapters long.
So maybe they no, I believe that they probably yeah, because it's $8. It's one volume. There's no Fairy Tail Zero Volume 2. It's probably all 13 chapters there.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I'm not, yeah, there's like,
I guess because Zero was a mini series, the chapters were a lot shorter.
yes, most likely. Because all I'm seeing other than that is Blue Mistral and this other one, which is Fairy Tail Girls, and then Fairy Tail Ice Trail, which actually, Trail, which looks really good.
Oh yeah, those are the because each character has their own like spin-off miniseries.
I see Twin Dragon of Sabretooth. That looks
Yeah,
cool.
it's like in TMNT how they had the micro series for like
Yeah.
Raph, Leo, Mikey, and all them. They do that for Hero does that for Fairy Tail. He has like a mini manga for Natsu, Gray, Gajeel, the Twin Dragons of Sabretooth, the Juvia,
This,
Gray.
I swear, if I ever get out of like collecting like toys and whatnot, I'm gonna need a new like 6 rung shelf like for my DVDs for mangas because I'm just gonna go full on like what I do with comic books and just start reading and reading now a lot of people say you're buying a lot of this, you're buying a lot of that, but you gotta understand reading is fundamentally important, especially for developing minds for children. So don't frown too much on comic books or manga because
Oh yeah,
even though mangas are pictures and comic books are pictures, your child is still reading. Me,
comics are how I learned to read.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. Wow, amazing. Same exact thing. My reading average was horrible in school. Then I started reading comic books, and I became above average. So don't frown on something just because it's got pictures in it.
Oh
As a
yeah.
matter of fact, it influences you to want to read more. And with mangas, the one thing I can say positive about mangas over comics is mangas are very faithful to their characters. They never reboot. They just keep moving forward. Thus,
Yep.
why One Piece is almost going to make it to 100. Dragon Ball Z just kept going from Dragon Ball all the way through to now Super, and we ignore GT. And what other series is really, really long?
Uh, Bleach is really really long.
Naruto's
Berserk.
going. Yep,
Berserk
Berserk.
is very, very long. Hunter x Hunter is very, very long. Tokyo Ghoul went from Tokyo Ghoul to Tokyo Ghoul Re. So yeah, mangas, yeah, unlike comic books, which are all about the cash grab and the money. Since all mangas are generally creator owned, yes, they're sponsored by like the bigger companies like Shonen Jump or Viz Media. But generally, it's like majority creator owned in the manga industry, especially because with manga, the writer is also the artist most of the time.
Right.
So like a majority of that is all up to the creator. So they have complete control. There's no you got to do this so we can make money, or there's this movie coming out, so you got to do this. Most of the time, yes, if there's a movie coming out, the manga creator is involved with the movie. If it's an anime movie, live action adaptations are but you know if it's an anime movie, normally the manga usually has some kind of say in it. So yes, there's tie-in, but that doesn't mean it's going to be like this in the movie, so you have to do this in the manga. Like we have to deal with comics all the time. Like
Right.
Civil War 2 because the Civil War movie came out and all that other stuff. But
Right.
yeah, that's one of the things that that's really kind of brought me back into manga, especially with that kind of repetitive patterns we've been dealing with comics nowadays.
I agree. I wish my brother would get into it. He just, he reads a lot of the independent books, and he's got a lot going. A lot of other things he's doing. But I'm sure if he had like the freer time and the ability to read from right to left instead of
I
left,
feel like that's not as hard of an adjustment period as
not for
people
me
think.
anymore. Yeah, it's not from. I truly thought when I picked up my first manga, when you recommended a few of them to me, and I bought I bought the stack of them. I
Yeah.
truly thought that I was gonna have a really hard time conditioning myself. But the one thing I like with the mangas is if you look at the very back over here,
Yeah,
it teaches you.
yeah, and it tells you on the back too, on the back of the actual like spine. This reads from left to right,
Right. And it tells you, how to
or
go.
right
You
to
start
left.
from
My bad.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
you start from like the top left panel, right panel. You go over, down, but you go from right to left. So you always,
See, the way I imagine it is like I write my name in the air, but then like I trace it backwards, and that's the direction I read.
right. So that's how the mangas work, and that's why I love them.
Yeah, and there's a lot more bang for your buck with with mangas because mangas don't have ads until like the very back,
And
and
this
if
is how thick a manga is, and it's about, what, $3, $4 more than a comic book?
yeah, and they're like 200 something pages. Like, come on, you don't get a better deal than that. Like, it's crazy. You know how much something like with that amount of pages would cost as a comic book? That would be like $20-$30.
At least. But I'm really excited for Fairy Tail Zero because I missed, if you remember, when I came in, I missed, I think, the first 4 episodes of?
It was like the first three, because when you came in was right when
They landed on the
yeah, when they got to Magnolia and they first encountered Bruce Skull.
Bruce Co.
when because we were watching it, me and my cousin, when we were rewatching Fairy Tail, we ended up watching a good chunk of it in dub, because most of it was in dub, but for some reason they skipped a whole arc in the dub section.
Oh, with a Bruce Skull.
No, but it was the Tartarus arc right before they skipped to right before they went to Zero. But all of Zero was in dub, and so when they got to it, they said it normally in the dub. But I was sitting there with my cousin. I was like, "It's Bruce Skull." When we first saw the dragon, I'm like, "Look, it's a Bruce Skull." She's like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, Blue Skull with a Japanese
Like a
accent.
Bruce Skull.
It's so funny. And he's like, it's like, they don't really sound like that, do they? That's so stereotypical. I'm like, watch this episode of Assassination Classroom really quick. Watch it. And we watched it, and he was sitting there, he almost peed his pants.
Because it's true. It's true.
It was just that funny. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. But I'm looking forward to a lot of mangas that are coming out, a lot of new ones that are going to be starting soon. I'm going to be trying out, but with this one, it's special, especially because I haven't started Fairy Tail yet. I'm on the fence. Half of me wants to buy those gigantic size books. There's like 2 or 3 of them where it's like the first 5 mangas in one.
Uh-huh.
Big, like the Attack on Titan Colossal.
Yep.
So I'm debating, because if you get those first 3 and then you go into the little books, how will it look on a shelf, I'm thinking. But then if you think about the money you're saving on getting the big one, so I'm kind of in between. I want...
Yeah, it really depends, because, Fairy Tail's in the 50s, so that's not too big of a deal. With something like One Piece, which is in the 70s, it makes a lot more sense to buy those chunked volumes.
I'm doing individual ones for One Piece.
Dude, I've always wanted to collect One Piece actual volumes, but I've read the chapters for so long that I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't have enough shelf room for all of this.
I know, that's the one downside, yeah.
So cause that's the thing. If I was born at an earlier time and I was actually old enough to have money to when One Piece was actually starting and I actually got it when it was coming out, I would be fine. But now it's just way too far, and it's in the 70s now.
I'm doing it. I'm trying. That and Fairy Tail are my goal for the.
I think with Fairy Tail, I'm just gonna start with the latest volume and keep going from there. Because
same with me. Fairy Tail and One Piece. I'm starting with the last one, and then I'm gonna work my way backwards.
Yeah. Because like I said, I've been reading the chapters for so long, I might just start doing that. I'm thinking about it with One Piece. One Piece is going to have to do a little bit more to sell me on it. As much as I love reading the chapters, I don't know. Again, I know, some people are like, well, it doesn't really support the industry. I'm like, actually, the site I read it from is sponsored, and, there is money that goes into it, so... You can't say I'm pirating because it's an actual legit website.
Technically, though, aren't the chapters in Japan free?
Technically, yes.
So then you're not stealing. If they took a whole book and put it out on the internet, that's pirating. If the chapters are free to begin with, and then they ask you to buy the book later, you're not pirating if you're reading chapter by chapter. I'm sorry.
That's true. And besides, I get the subscription. It's not that much. It's like $5. That's your basic Netflix normal subscription, and you get your chapters each month. It's not that much. It's no big deal, especially if you're a big manga fan. It's a good investment, I guess, and it's pretty much the price you would pay for for the manga that would come out at the end of that month from those chapters anyway. So pretty much the same thing.
Exactly. Now, you did have some news, speaking of chapters. You read a few chapters, speaking of Fairy Tail Zero, and you have some big news about a few things that you've read. Now, again, warning, if you don't want spoilers, because this stuff does end up in the animes for their respective mangas, you might want to fast forward a couple of minutes ahead to when we're
Yeah, and
what chapter.
yeah. So Chris has the timestamp, so that you guys don't have to worry about that. But like, yeah. So this again, warning, spoiler alert. We're gonna talk about like the last three chapters of Fairy Tail because I think
Well, not the very last. They're the recent three.
yeah, the most recent three chapters of Fairy Tail because the most recent one I actually just read like 20 minutes ago. It came out yesterday. 491 was the most recent one. So we're going to talk about 488, 489, no, 489, 490, and 491. So basically, what had went down was the death of Gajeel, which wasn't a real death, which I'm kind of happy about, but at the same time, I'm a little mad
Because you
because
got so upset.
yeah, I got so visibly upset. And I'm like, you played with my emotions, you got me all sad. I was starting to actually feel comfortable with Gashio dying, and like, you know what? Levy, you'll be all right. Panther Lily's with you, you'll be fine. And then it's just like, oh, you're not really dead. Why would you do that to me then? Like, that, what was the point of me feeling like that? If you,
Exactly. Feeling.
if What was the point of me feeling like that if you're just gonna be like, oh, Gaziel's dead, aren't you sad? Psych! Nah, that's not cool, hero. That's not cool at all. That
And
was
wait, tell the best part though.
also okay. So I explained before. I think it was in the last pre-show I was involved in, where Mavis is trapped in the Lacrima, right? She's trapped in the crystal because of the curse and everything, and she's powering Fairy Heart and all that. So the what Kana was doing at the end of the last chapter that I talked about on the pre-show was she was trying to kill the ghost of Mavis so that she could break out regular Mavis from the crystal. So now Mavis is out of the crystal, but like I said before, because she hasn't moved her body in about 100 or so years. Her muscles are atrophied, so she can't really move right now, but she can still use magic and stuff. Apparently, breaking Mavis out of the crystal and awakening her triggers or reactivates Zera. So Zera is back, and she's
But I don't understand. How is Zara back? Because before Mavis was cursed, didn't she?
yeah, she fade. I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works either. They haven't fully explained it yet, but from what I understand, like she's back, and she said several times, "This is only temporary. I'm only here to make sure you guys can make it in time to save my friend Mavis. You need to save the first master. We need to hurry up and get to Mavis. Zeref is gonna kill Mavis." So that's all she kept saying, and she's putting a call out to all the Fairy Tail who's all been separated. And it's like, guys, I know this is important. I know you guys are in the middle of fights, but Mavis is about to die. And so, like, I don't know how this is gonna go down. I don't know how she came back because how they explained it in Zero. Now that Mavis is aware that Zero is an illusion, she faded away.
Maybe they're gonna like what we thought, that she's a spirit connected to an illusion. So technically, the real Zara was part of said illusion, and now she's able to be independent.
And I could see that, and I would have bought that if Gajeel was actually dead, because it would have made a lot of sense if, like, Gajeel was dead, and then you see Zara's ghost, and she's like, the world of the living isn't done with you yet. I'm going to help you go back, and I'm going to temporarily come back with you, just so we can save the first master.
Right.
But that's not how it went down, so it kind of throws a wrench in logic. I'm going to wait for the explanation, but the interesting part is, remember how I was speculating that that chick Eileen could be Urza's mother?
Right.
Well, like, towards the end of the chapter, she recognizes the scarlet hair, and so she's aware of Urza now, and apparently the next chapter is titled Mother and Daughter. So I'm like, oh, they confirmed it right there. They're confirming it. Eileen Belisarian is most likely Urza's mother. That's going to be interesting to see how they interact, what they're going to deal with, why did she give her up, or did she think that Urza died, or something like that. I'm wondering why she served Zeref and all this other cool stuff. And again, what's going to be going on with Mavis? Does Mavis know about Natsu being Zeref's brother? Like, I don't know. Like, all these questions and I haven't gotten any answers, and I'm still waiting. But it's all pretty interesting. It's like it wasn't the greatest chapter. It didn't really blow my mind like the Godzilla fight did, but I'm definitely interested in what's going on. Um, so yeah, that's it for the fairy tale chapter.
What else did you read? I know you read a few other little like minor things here and there.
Okay, so the I read the Bleach chapter, which kind of pissed me off because Ichigo activates his new Bankai, which we've all been excited to see because he was for the past few chapters or so, he's like, yeah, I finished my training, I got a new Bankai, I got a new Bankai. He activates it, it breaks, and I'm just like, nah, man. So that was a little disappointing. Not really much happened other than Ichigo getting his butt handed to him. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is apparently supposed to be one of the final fights in Bleach. So we'll see if Aizen swoops in to save the day.
So wait, Bleach is ending then, technically soon.
The manga, yes, it's ending pretty soon. I don't know if when the manga actually wraps up, they might actually try to start an anime to finish off the rest of the material they haven't covered, but hopefully so. I don't know. It's usually in the top 30 or so within manga sales, so I think Bleach is gonna do fine. I don't know how to feel about this fight right now. Um, what else did I read?
Oh, well, while you're thinking, I could talk about my manga then. I
Okay.
started reading Blue Exorcist. This is another book that my niece. I had it on my wish list, and I was gonna put it back and get another volume to something else that I was reading, but I was told that this was a really good series, so I decided to check it out. I'm right now somewhere in the close to the hundreds, I would like to say, and I'm really liking Rin's character. I'm liking the way the story is developing. I'm really enjoying it a lot. I'm definitely going to be continuing.
Rin is the son of Satan, right?
Yeah,
I want to
that's
make
the one
sure
with
he.
the. He's an exorcist.
Okay.
He's a demon, but he's also an exorcist.
Okay, so he's the son of Satan, and his twin brother is the one with the glasses.
Right. His twin brother is the one with the glasses. Here he is.
Okay, cool. It's just been a while. It's been a while
Oh
since
look,
I've
there's
read.
his twin brother. His twin brother was right on the next page.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've read Blue Exorcist, so I wasn't. I forget which one is which.
Yeah. But no, I'm digging it. I really want to finish this chapter, and then I'll probably go get the next one. I'm already into volume 2 of Food Wars as well, but I'm not going to talk about that because I haven't finished it yet. But this book I wanted to recommend to everybody because I noticed that this book is being highlighted. I forget where, but I know Viz Media is talking about a bit of Blue Exorcist, I believe. I'm not too sure. I know that they're talking about the new stuff that's coming out like 7.
Are they ever gonna make like a season 2? I know, like.
If Viz Media is listening, guys, we want a series 2. Tell Funimation or whoever is involved with the anime to get their butts in gear.
Because I know there was like I want to say it was like a 13 episode first season, or it might have been like a full 24. I'm not entirely sure, but I remember watching the anime for Blue Exorcist as
It
well.
was an anime for the first season, and then after that, it just kind of went into hiatus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I would love to see it come back because I really enjoyed the anime, and I really liked the character of Amaimon, the demon dude.
Hmm.
He was cool.
All right, so that's my manga. Do you have anything else that you'd like?
Okay. Oh yeah. The last one that I did read that I remember is Boku no Hero Academia.
Ah, yeah, that's right. The both of us read that one. Now I
Yeah,
read that too, guys.
yeah. So the latest chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. WTF, Izuku's mom?
Izuku's mom's a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it right out front.
What the hell? Why you gotta do this? You're the one who in the beginning of the series is crying, saying you're sorry about not believing in him becoming a hero, and you're encouraging him to follow his dream. You help him make the costume that looks stupid, but it was made with love, so I don't really care. He eventually changes the costume, so that's besides the point. But now you're like, look, I appreciate everything you do, and I appreciate everything your colleagues have done. Thank you for protecting my son and our children, but I can't have Izuku in this much danger. I won't. I don't feel that he's safe. And All Might is one thing. It's like this. You don't understand. This is the perfect training for these kids. They have so much potential, but there's no way they can really exercise it unless they're actually in real situations. there's only so much that a simulation can teach you. But if you're actually out there on the field doing what real heroes do, they could be even better than us. And that's the goal here. Because we won't last that much longer. Me especially. And that's why I'm taking special care of Izuku. I mean, he doesn't outright say, yes, I passed my power down to Izuku, because,
He
that's
can't.
a,
Yeah,
yeah,
nobody knows that
yeah,
yet.
because that's a tight secret. But, like, he's like, Izuku and I, we share kind of a kindred spirit. That's why I'm looking very much, very closely with Izuku. And I believe that he can have the potential to become the number one hero of his generation. But he can't do that if, if he just stays at home and only goes to the school part-time. He has to move in with the rest of the class and progress along with everybody else. And and Izuku's mom is like, I don't know, having him live in the dorms, I won't be able to check on him. I mean, I understand where she's coming from. She's a parent. She wants to make sure her son's okay.
This is just like the next problem in the anime. They always do that with stuff, mangas like this, especially when the parent is so emotional. The parent is
Yeah,
his
yeah.
mom is very emotional, and it's also, you know what it reminds me of? Assassination Classroom. Remember? Agisa's
Yeah,
mom.
with Agisa's mom, and she wanted to move him from Class E back to Class A. Yeah, that is very true. I think it's going to go down in a very similar fashion, where, he's going to defy her. She's going to get pissed, but then he's going to do something. Maybe he'll save her and his dad and some stuff, and she'll be like, wow. She'll see his skills firsthand. She'll be like, oh my god, you really are a hero. And then, bam, you're allowed to stay in the academy. You can chill with Ochiko, Todoroki, even Bakugo's bitch ass, and Ida, whatever.
Ida is not bad. Leave him alone.
No, whatever.
I
I
don't
don't
like Bakugo, but Ida, leave him alone.
Bakugo. He was at least kind of nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect all that. He was kind of nice during his home visit in this chapter. I was like, what's going on here? I mean, like, when I saw his mom, I was like, whoa, no wonder you're such a jackass. Your mom is mean. Like, his mom is over here yelling at him all the time, and like just barking commands and stuff. And like his dad's trying to help, and his mom is just like, shut your ass up. Nobody asked you. And like just basically just having his balls in a vice. And I'm just like, oh man, this is not cool.
You start to
But
feel bad for the character.
yeah, but then, and like you understand how dysfunctional his family is. You understand, you're starting to feel why he's a bully. It kind of reminds me, Flash Thompson, when we found out like what kind of a jerk Flash's dad was in the comics. Now you understand why he was a
Yep.
bully. So I'm like, okay, this makes more sense. And it was really cool to towards the end of his visit where he was like, you know what? Thank you for everything. I appreciate it, and I will be moving into the dorms. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm like, did you actually say thank you? Are you smiling right now? Am I looking at this picture right? Is this upside down? I'm like, huh, he's smiling. I've never seen this happen
I
except
think
for in
he's happy to be
flashbacks.
getting away from his family.
Yeah. So this is gonna be cool. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Is this a
And
weekly chapter update or once a month?
I believe Academia is weekly.
I think so
There,
too.
yeah. But it's pretty interesting. And I think something that would be cool is that, like, when Izuku tells everybody at first, he's like, my mom won't let me attend. Bakugo is gonna be pissed because if Izuku's not there, he's not gonna have the chance to one up Izuku. So of course he's gonna want Izuku to stay because he hasn't had a chance to prove himself against Izuku yet. So that's going to be cool to see how that dynamic goes out. It's going to be interesting to see.
Definitely. All right, we are at that half-hour mark, so the pre-show is pre-done. It's pretty much pre-done. Unless there's anything else we have. Is there
No,
anything else we listed? I'm trying to think.
No, that's pretty much it. We covered the chapters. We covered a little bit about manga. We had a little spiel about, why manga is cool and important. And we even gave you guys a little lesson on how to read.
Yep. And now we go into the main show, which I'm going to list. What? You had something to say?
No. I thought we were done. I was getting ready for the wave.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just going to list off what we're going to be talking about in the main show, which you guys are seeing this once we finish. The main show will be up at 9 o'clock. Sorry again, it's late, guys. This week it's my fault. Next week we'll be back on time completely because we're not going to have that many animes to begin with.
Yeah, so it'll be a light load to watch. So we'll have a lot more time to catch up on stuff. Fingers crossed. We're not gonna say for sure yet, but we may try and catch up with an anime that we missed out on.
I'll
Now,
announce it, and I'll announce it. Twin Star Exorcist. We missed out on it. You know, it was recommended to us. We had all of these animes, and now I found out that it's going into the summer. So I'm like, this would be perfect. We could just add it and talk about the show on the pre-show from episode 1 to whichever episode is current, and then keep going.
yep. I mean, hey, Chris watched like 9 episodes of One Punch Man in 2 days. So I feel like 9 episodes of Twin Exorcist shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, unless there's more, I don't know yet. But for this week's episode, we've got Ace Attorney, episode 13, One Piece, episode 747, Naruto didn't come out this week, End Ride, episode 12, Cerberus, episode 11, Dragon Ball Super, episode 49, ReZero, episode 13, Koromakoro is back, episode 11, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, episode 11, Assassination Classroom, season 2, episode 24. This is the second to last episode, but it felt like the last episode. It's going to be fun talking about that. Not yet. And then we have 3 finales. Stray Dogs, episode 12. We'll be seeing Stray Dogs again in the fall. 100, episode 12. Unknown if it's coming back for another season. And then My Hero Academia, episode 13, will be coming back. Advertisement was at the end of the anime to prove that it will be back. And I think there was an advertisement for Stray Dogs as well.
Yep.
Showing what's coming next. So, great. We will see you guys really soon in the main show. So, till then, as always, take care, keep reading, keep collecting.
And enjoy your anime.
And we'll see you guys in the main show next.
All right.